morning. A great morning, everybody. Happy thriving Thursday. My name is Pamela Pacheco, and I have the absolute pleasure, honor, and privilege of being your host this beautiful morning. Blessings from each and every single one of you guys. I see we got Trinidad, New York City, Jamaica, Tennessee. Welcome, 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 California. Man, y'all are up early. Washington, welcome, welcome. Jersey's in the building. Welcome, welcome. We got Philly in the building. Welcome, beautiful people. Tampa, Florida, Atlanta's on the call. Welcome, 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 everybody. And if you guys got some value, if you guys had some value from that video, type a 1 in the chat. Type a 1 in the chat. Welcome to the call. Welcome to the call. I love it. I love it. I love it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Awesome, awesome. So guys, we are in fourth quarter, and if this is your first time joining us, welcome. I remember when I first started entrepreneurship, I was looking forward to these type of calls, to these type of conversations, because I understood garbage in is garbage out. Greatness in is greatness out. So how you start your day sets the tone for your day. So kudos to each and every single one of you that says, hey, you know what? I am doing something different. I am starting off my morning. I'm starting off my day with some positivity, with some light, with something that is going to help me get closer to my goals, closer to my dreams. So what I want to talk to you guys today about is procrastination versus prosperity. And I think if we're being honest, type a 1 in the chat if you've ever procrastinated and then later on are like, man, I should have probably not procrastinated, right? I think we can, if we are all being honest, we've all procrastinated at one point or the other. And as leaders, we have all experienced the result of procrastination. And the reality is that procrastination leads us to a place where you're unprepared, right? When we procrastinate, we are borrowing time from the future. When we procrastinate, we are borrowing time from the future. And I want that to sit in for a second, right? Procrastination, it leaves us with short-term gratification without long-term satisfaction. Again, procrastination leaves us with short-term gratification without long-term satisfaction. But let's be real, preparation leads us to work up front, but procrastination makes us work on the back end. So I think that it's important that we choose our hard, because if we want to be leaders that prosper, we have to choose patterns over procrastination. We have to set ourselves up for success. And maybe you're the person that's like, Pam, I have no idea where to start. I get it. I would always encourage you to set up little micro goals, right? Set up little micro goals. And I'm going to read to you guys something from my key principles to success, right? And it's eliminating self-sabotage and creating unstoppable self-confidence. There is not something you have, it's something you create. A sense of confidence is nothing but a sense of power within yourself. And you can create that feeling in a moment. And to have more confidence, to be more aligned with your prosperity, we got to stop analyzing ourselves and focus on how we can contribute to other people. And if you're the person that's like, well, I don't have the energy, right? I don't have the desire to kill the procrastination. I would tell you that health and energy goes hand in hand. And the quality of our life is dependent about the quality of ourselves. So maximizing our overall health and energy requires that our body receives the optimum ingredients for ensuring health on a cellular level. For every disciplined effort you make in life, there's a multiple reward. And when we're talking about procrastination versus prosperity, if you're taking notes, because we are a note-taking community, right? Note takers are history makers. Leaders, just like leaders are readers. But when we're talking about procrastination versus prosperity, number one, be consistent. See, I don't know what that level of consistency looks like for you. And one of the great books that we discussed here months ago, if not probably over a year ago, was Eat That Frog, right? Eat the Frog. because it is just saying like, don't leave for tomorrow what you can do for today. And one of the ways that you can eat the frog, one of the ways that we can eliminate procrastination and focus on the prosperity that we all so absolutely deserve, right, is by being consistent. Because at the end of the day, freedom, the freedom you want, how many people in here want time freedom? Type of one in the chat if you're the person that's like, I want time freedom. Type of one in the chat if you're the person that's like, I want money freedom. Right? Absolutely. I see you. I see you. That freedom, it requires discipline. That freedom requires us to eliminate the procrastination. And as we're going into fourth quarter, I know a lot of you guys are like, man, Lisa sent me a message and it's like, I see you got both foot on the gas. Make sure that you're getting some rest. I'm absolutely getting rest. However, I understand that champions are made in fourth quarter, right? Fourth quarter, first of all, October is my birthday month, if you guys don't know, right? But I love this month. I love fourth quarter. I love the fall season. But more than anything, I love this season because it allows us to make up for everything that we didn't do the entire year. So if you're ever at a place that you're like, man, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of this year, how it went. I know I procrastinated. Cool. Like type of one in the chat again, if you're ever been in a place that you're like, I could have probably not procrastinated. I probably could have done that a little bit more. Absolutely. 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 Thank you, Tennille. Tennille said there's 80 days left this year. And when I look at that number, I'm like, we have zero time to play any games with what it is that we want, because really and truly, life is a fight for territory. And when you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. So if you're the person that's like, listen, when we're talking about procrastination versus prosperity, it's how you do anything is how you do everything. But when I tell you that procrastination is when you procrastinate, you're borrowing time from the future. It's like the one rule, the number one thing to eliminate that is being consistent, because that freedom that you desire, that freedom that you want, whether it's time freedom, whether it's financial freedom, whether it's both, it requires discipline. So how do you do that discipline? Like, what does that look like in this business? It looks like you having your calendar. It looks like you maximizing your time. It looks like you winning your day, setting up little micro goals. So what does that look like? Hey, you know what? I got to at least send 5 to 10 messages today. I got to at least send 5 to 10 voice notes. Hey, I got something you got to see. When can I get 10 minutes of your time? Morning or afternoon, morning or night, right? It's, if that freedom requires the discipline to do the things that others won't, so you can have the life that others don't. And I will tell you, how you do anything is how you do everything. I see people that they're not thriving in this business and they're not thriving in the other businesses, respectfully too. Why? Because that you take you everywhere you go. And if you're not consistent in just doing the little things, because the little things here, it's like we got a system. It's inviting, sharing, enrolling, and educating. Inviting, sharing, enrolling, and educating. And the beautiful thing about this is that you're brand new. You don't got to worry about sharing. All you got to worry is about inviting. So how does that make you be consistent? Well, if you didn't get your fast start training, reach out, whether it's myself, whether it's your upline leader, but reach out to people that are going to help you invite. If you're struggling with the invite, reach out to people that are having success doing it. Because again, that freedom requires the discipline to do what others won't, so you can live a life that others don't. We can't get mad at the results we do not have based on the work that we're not putting in. So if you want to get, if that freedom for you means, hey, I want to get to my next level of square bonus, I want to get to that next level of freedom for me and my family, well, it's time that you stop procrastinating. Because the more consistent you are, see, it's time to reevaluate what patterns. Are these patterns serving you? Are these patterns allowing you to prosper? Are these patterns allowing you to be healthy? Because it's not only being healthy in your mind, it's also being healthy in your body. It's also being healthy in your activity. It's also being healthy in what it is that you're working on, right? Because see, I will never tell anybody that this is the end all be all, but it is certainly a vehicle. It is a vehicle to help your wildest dreams come true. Whether you guys, we just came back. Well, I had 10 days in Thailand, right? A lot of people had 8 days, but we came back from 10 days in Thailand. It is absolutely insane. It was a dream come true. I'm just like on fire. I'm on fire for God. I'm on fire to help more people experience the magnitude of that joy. I'm going to tell you guys, one of the greatest, if you guys didn't see my live, right? It's Pam the Plug, right? Go on social media, follow it, see it. I did a live with Lisa Burton that's on here, with her sister Leslie, with her cousin Pam, her husband Brian, and it was just beautiful because the reason why I showcase so many different stories is because it's incredible how many people you witness have first-time experiences. Like, what wouldn't you do to see people just smile, to see people from all walks of life just have experiences, have a joy that's inexplicable. And it is incredible because we have the vehicle to help people prosper in their wildest dreams. It's not just financially, but if you're thinking about, man, I deserve that level of freedom, I deserve that level of joy. It starts with the consistency. It starts with the consistency because the freedom requires discipline. The freedom requires the discipline. And maybe you're the person that's like, Pam, I'm not the person that I don't want to present. Cool. Don't invite people to the presentations every night. Guys, this blitz that you guys have seen us do every night at 8 p.m. Eastern, right? I put it together with along some of the other leaders as well, because we said, hey, how can we help our fields? How can we help everybody maximize this opportunity? Because we know champions are made in fourth quarter. Games are won in fourth quarter. How many, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, whether it's hockey, whether it's any sport, how many times have you seen, right, the underdog come back and they were struggling first quarter? Type of one in the chat if you had some difficulties first quarter, right? Type of one in the chat if you had some difficulties second quarter. Type of one in the chat if third quarter you probably didn't have that many difficulties, but you still didn't get to where you wanted to be at. Type of one, right? Like, let's be honest with each other, because the reality is that we've all struggled in some way, shape, or form. We go outside and it's like, look what's going. I don't even watch the news, first of all, because I cannot sign up for that class. I do not major in the minors, but goodness gracious, the world is crazy right now. And what we have when we talk about, you know, procrastination, it's borrowing time from your future. Let that sink in, because it's like, imagine if you didn't procrastinate and you're saving somebody's life. Imagine if you didn't procrastinate and that freedom that you so desperately desire. Let me tell you, you deserve it. If nobody ever told you that, I will tell you, you deserve that freedom that you desire. You absolutely do, but you can't hide from the work. We got to be consistent. And that consistency is going to look different from everybody. Shout out to Michelle Briscoe. She's on here. And I know Michelle's probably tired of me using her as an example, but I got to, sis, right? Michelle's at work. She is a finance director. She works 70, 80 hours a week. Insane, right? And she runs a household too, right? She also runs multiple businesses. She's an author. She's also on top of her health. And this woman, it's like incredible. And she's like, sis, you did like, you've been back to back to back. You did like 8. I was like, you know what it is? It's like, I know you want the freedom and you've been so disciplined, and you and Terrion and the team, you guys have been so on it. Is like, how can I not say I'm going to do my part? I don't care how tired I am. I'm gonna get my rest. Don't worry. I'm gonna eat eventually, right? But I know that that freedom requires the discipline. And when I see people that are hungry, because we're not thirsty, but we're hungry. They're hungry for more. They're hungry for change. They're hungry for better. They're hungry for that freedom. And they're willing to do what others won't so they can have the life that others don't. I got to reward that. I have to reward that with that. I got to match that same big energy, right? And together we're going to go further. So you don't got to be the person that's like, I'm going to go ahead and do all of the sharing. No, invite. Just invite. Hey, I got something you got to see. I got somebody you gotta meet. Shout out to Bree, Miss Brenda Lane, right? She is a boss as well, runs multiple businesses. This girl got a cafe shop. She has a spiritual advisory shop. She has a store, like multiple businesses, brand ambassador, and also just maximizing the invite. Because if you can just be consistent with the inviting, we take care of the rest for you. It's like when we say you tag them, we bag them, we got you. So the beautiful thing is that we want to help you. And the reason you hear my passion just exuding today more than ever is because God just put this on my heart. And it's like, man, we all deserve a life that we do not have to escape from. Literally, the only time we should be escaping is when we are in secret escapes. And it's funny because one of my friends yesterday was like, did you know when you was coming back from Thailand? Because it looked like you never was coming back. I was like, honestly, I booked a one-way. If you know me, you know me, right? I always book one-way flights. When I get tired of the place, I leave. That's what my freedom looks like. I could work from anywhere because of the type of businesses that I run. So me understanding that it's like that freedom requires a certain level of discipline though. Like I was that person that when everybody was going home after work, I was going to a secret social. I was going to a travel party. I was in between in lunch, whether it was 30 minutes I got for lunch or if it was an hour, my discipline was I'm gonna go invite. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just excited. I'm gonna just go tell everybody I got something you gotta see. I got something, listen, I got a vision for my future. You need to see this. And I just started getting consistent. Because guys, I'm gonna tell you, the freedom, it was priceless. And a lot of times, don't get me wrong. The financial freedom is cool. That's amazing. But that time freedom, I can't even, and you guys hear me talk about this all the time. I can't even begin to think what my life would have looked like if I didn't have the freedom to be my mom's caretaker the last 9 months of her life. Like, I can't even begin to think that when nurses were coming to my mother's house, or I had to take her to a doctor's appointment to be like, hey, I can't go. Like, I have to go borrow time from somebody else. Dead. That was dead. There was no way that was going to happen. Not Benny's daughter. That she didn't deserve that. And because she was such an exceptional mother, because she was such an exceptional human being, she only deserved the best of the best. That time freedom is bigger than anything. What does your time freedom mean to you? And I know I'm spending a lot of time on this one subject of being consistent because I'm just passionate about everybody living a life that they desire. Because when you don't live the life of your dreams, you live a life by default. If you're not setting yourself up to live the life of your dreams, you're living a life by default. And so many people that you know right now, they look like on social media, they got it all together and they look like everything is going on and they're perfect and they popping and right? But they don't got freedom. They don't got freedom. They're waiting on you to make that phone call. They're waiting on you to send that message. They're waiting on you to be like, I got something you got to see. I got somebody you got to meet, right? What does that look like for you? I'm going to tell you guys. Number 2, procrastination versus prosperity. Expect more. Type a 1 in the chat if you're the person that's like, I expect greatness. I expect prosperity. I expect the best of the best. I expect greatness in every area of my life, my faith, my family, my fitness, my fortune, my fun. I want to make sure who I'm talking to. Okay, there's like 40 of you on this call, but like 5 of you responded. It's okay. It's okay. Right? Yeah, I'm calling y'all out this morning. It's all right. Right? Because guys, you deserve it. Even if you didn't type it in the chat, guess what? You deserve more. And I will tell you, we always say all the time is like, expectation is the breeding ground for all miracles. But yes, Vicky, absolutely. Abundance is not only deserved, it's our birthright. Like that's part of our inheritance. Living a life of prosperity, it's a part of our inheritance. Whether you believe it or not, I'm not here to impose my faithful belief upon you, but I will tell you that abundance, prosperity, it is part of our inheritance. Absolutely. And I'm in chills telling you guys this. The seeds of faith are expectation. The seeds of our faith, our expectation, whatever your faith is, I respect that. But understand that the seeds of our faith, our expectation. Do you expect more? I'm going to tell y'all, I expect yesterday, if you guys saw my post, my post on Instagram, right? On my story, I'll tell you exactly what I put. I'm lying, I'm dying. I put, who do I know in the Philippines? I need your help really quick. Who do I know in the Philippines? I need your help really quick. I didn't need their help with nothing. But here's what I know. If it's about how I word things, I expect I'm going to get a piece of that Asia market. I expect my business to be international. I expect this freedom mission to be international. I expect to liberate the oppressed. I expect to be a vessel for change, to be a vessel for impact, to be a vessel for growth, to be a vessel for love, to be a vessel for light, to be a vessel to get people out of the rat race. I expect that. So what am I doing? I'm being very strategic in saying, hey, who do I know in the Philippines? I had a girl I met here in Tampa and at a networking event. And if you know, listen, when I'm out networking, and this is bonus training, right? Type of B in the chat, bonus training. I expect that whenever I'm out, I don't get somebody's number, especially like if you got like 2-3 seconds. But here's what we do. We exchange social media. We'll exchange social media real quick. Oh, hey, here, what's your social media? Oh, this is my social media. All right, cool. Here you go, right? This girl quickly hits me up and she's like, hey, I know a lot of people. I'm going to read exactly what she said. She said, hey, what do you need help with? And I said, hey, I'm actually having $1 billion business launch in the market. And I want to help people just be free. I want to help people have fun. I want to help people live more life. And we have already dominated in the skincare space, $1 billion company. We've expanded our product and service offering. And now we just want to liberate more people in different countries around the world. Quickly, she replies, oh, this is such a nice opportunity. What are the requirements to join the deal? I have a friend who is a famous hairstylist and travel influencer in the Philippines. And I also have a couple of friends who might be interested in this. I'm originally from Vietnam. Can I give them your contact information or vice versa? Or can you give me some readable info? I said, yes, of course. Can we get on Zoom for 10 minutes? Got him. Right? Listen, I'm expecting I want a piece of that market. So I went also on Facebook and then I wrote, who do I know in the Philippines, right? Where are my friends in the Philippines? So I automatically, Facebook will tell you your friends that live here. I also did that for New Orleans. Who do I know in New Orleans? I didn't even know one of my cousins was living out there. Now she coming to the training, right? So again, you expect more. When you understand that you don't got time to procrastinate because your prosperity is calling your name. That freedom that you want is calling you. So we got to get creative because what we have our hands on. Now I have another girl from church that responded. She said, hey, I know tons of people in the Philippines. What do you need help with? I said, let's get on Zoom really quick so I can explain. Now, I'm not making it about I want to sell them. I'm not. I'm like, hey, I just need help because truly I do need help. I need help to build a big, big business. I need help to go set more people free. So I understand that if I'm saying I expect this prosperity and I expect the greatness that we so all deserve, we all so much deserve, I understand that the seeds of faith are expectation, but I got to do it. So I'm getting creative with the invite. I'm getting creative because guess what? How many people do you know? Because it's not about who you know. It's about who they know, so forth and so on. How many people are in here and they're like, I want a piece of the Philippines. I want a piece of Vietnam. You know how many people like have migrated here from that country? Somebody that knows somebody about it. Like that is law. That is law. So don't procrastinate because again, when you procrastinate, you're borrowing time from the future. So what does your freedom mean to you? Are you expecting more in this season? Because fourth quarter is where champions are made, is where championship games are won. So this is our season right now to capitalize on everything we got our hands on. I am like fired up for Jesus. I'm fired up for the God. I'm fired up to serve. I am fired up to do more, to be more, to learn more, right? To give more. And I just know that there's somebody right now that just needs this. I know that there's somebody right now that wants more in their life. And God is just utilizing me as a vessel. And guess what? He's utilizing you too. But do you believe that? Do you believe that you deserve that? Because we all do. We all do. And we all have our hands on something so special. Like this family, all they want to do is build more. And you know what's interesting? I had no idea where I don't have a Filipino press. I don't have a Vietnamese press, but I know who do have it. Team Synergy Agents, teamsynergytraining.com. I went right on that website. I was like, let me see what resource, clicked on resources. You got to be resourceful. Business 101, right? You got to be resourceful. I know how to ask questions. I'm never afraid to ask a question because I know the only silly question is the question not asked. So I'm looking, I'm like, who do I know? I was like, oh, resources. Okay, let me download this PDF. I don't know. I can read it. I don't know what the Philippines, what we're doing, right? I was like, we gonna figure it out. But it's because I have a level of expectation. So if we're gonna expect more, we gotta do more. We gotta believe more. We gotta know that you too deserve that. You too deserve your dreams to come to fruition. You too deserve that freedom. You too deserve to impact people's lives. You too deserve to have those conversations that are going to change the trajectory of how people live life, of how people get to experience life, because that's the abundance. That is the birthright of our inheritance. Number 3, I hope you guys are getting value. Type a V in the chat. Make sure always you guys getting value. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Praise God. I'm excited. Okay. Number 3, prepare now. Prepare now. The foundation of expectation is preparation. The foundation of expectation is preparation. Here's what I'm going to tell you. We got a huge training coming up. Elevate, October 27th through the 29th. Man, if you guys were on the call last night, we had a really late call, but we went over, like, there's so much things that we have on Elevate weekend. I'm going to tell y'all. It is insane. It is insane, right? It is insane. Let me see this real quick, right? I was like, whoa, we got a lot going on. Where is this schedule? So Thursday, we got Trainers Academy. Friday, we have a Club Fit workshop in the morning. Then we got registration. Then we got a social media breakout. Then we got an advanced product training. Then we got a steamboat cruise, y'all. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fire. Then at night, we have an inner circle masquerade party. And it's going to be beautiful, formal attire. It's a red carpet masquerade party. If you're not a part of the inner circle, make sure you go register for the inner circle so you could be there and you could be all jazzed up and dolled up with us, right? Then Saturday morning, we have a Club Fit workout. We have a Zumba workout in the morning. Then we have VIP seating, and obviously we have training. And then at the end of the night, we got team night. We're going to have fun. We're going to do something. Then Sunday morning, we have a yoga. And we also have church service right after. And then we have training. And then at night, it's our Neon Nights costume party for everybody, right? Depending on the, regardless of the religion, like, it's just a costume party. We're not advocating for anything, right? But we're doing all of these things for Elevate. The foundation of expectation is preparation. How are you preparing yourself on a daily basis? How are you preparing yourself when nobody is watching? Because here you get paid in public for what you do in private. So yes, like we said from the beginning, be consistent. The freedom requires the discipline. Number 2, expecting more, because the seeds of faith are expectation. Preparing now. Preparing now. It doesn't matter. And when I say prepare now is because I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of beating myself up. Type a 1 in the chat if you are your biggest critic, right? I got to remind myself all the time, like, don't say nothing about yourself that you wouldn't let nobody else say about you. And don't say nothing about you that God wouldn't say about you. Okay. So remind yourself. And like, when y'all be seeing me threading, right? I be threading, or when y'all be seeing me say something, and it's like, I'm reminding myself too, right? Because I'm human. If we're being honest, because, you know, we keep it honest on here. So I'm like, I got to do now, because see, empowered women empower women and empower men and empowering. And I know that I'm here to impact. I know that I'm here to serve, but it's about me saying, okay, I'm going to forgive myself. Preparing now means give yourself grace. Give yourself grace and forgive yourself for everything that you didn't do at the beginning of the year, for everything that you didn't accomplish. But right now is the time to capitalize on this, because I'm going to tell you guys, poverty kills time, prosperity executes time. Poverty kills time, prosperity executes time. And when we say when you procrastinate, you're borrowing time from the future, it's like right now, preparing now says, you know that you have greatness within you. You know that you have your hands on something that everybody needs. You know you have your hands on something that is the solution to the majority of everybody's problems. You know that you're doing right now because you're setting yourself up for the future. And it's never been such an interesting season, because it's not only Seacret that needs leaders, it's the world that needs more people, because see, leaders are those that are able to bring certainty to an environment where there isn't any. There's people in your community, there's people in your family, there's people that you just encounter on a daily basis that need you, that need your gifts, that need you to be operating in your gifts, and also need you to maximize the opportunity that we have our hands on. And right now, as we're preparing, what does that look like? Maybe you're like, Pam, well, I need some fast start training right now. Cool. We have a fast start every Saturday, right? I know last week we changed it to Sunday, but it's every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, right? But also, whether you're on our team or not, and you need a fast start, let us know, right? We do a fast start training with every brand new person that gets started. Whether we go over making a list, we go over inviting, right? We go over that information, because the rest, we got it. The rest, we got it. But the new member training, you can prepare now. If you need a refresher on inviting, cool, we got you. If you need a refresher on presenting, cool, we got you. If you don't want to present, cool, we got you, right? So preparing now is realizing that you deserve every single thing that you want out of life, and you deserve every single bit of the blessings, the residual blessings that this opportunity can give you. So I hope that this brought value to each and every single one of you guys. As always, it is my pleasure, honor, and privilege to serve. And remember, when we want to be leaders that prosper, we choose patterns that prosper us over procrastination. Blessings on blessings. Breakfast has been served. Thank you guys so much. Great day and God bless. And I will see you guys soon.